We're going to call this episode Red and Hummer and Other Bad Ideas. Welcome to the Power Hour. I am Steve, along with the urban sensation and the miserable car owner, C Red, and our good friend and under the weather Cactus Racket. I think Red is gone. I'm making fun of Red to open the shtick and he leaves.
Yep. What else did
What
you
is
expect?
causing
That was
all
a
this?
that was a low blow.
That was not a low blow.
That
That
was a
is
low
me. That is
blow.
me saying, "What the fuck do you want a Hummer for?" Did he quit? I'm wondering if he got stuck and froze. Let's get
Maybe.
rid of that. Well, he can't be mad at me because I have his car. So, there has to be. Anyway, it's the Power Hour. It's the Thanksgiving special. If you can't fight with your family, who can you fight with? And how you feeling, Cactus? A little under the weather today.
I'm feeling 100% under the weather today, but I am here. I'm gonna power through for as long as I can.
So let's talk about your sickness.
Why?
We were well because we're it's the holiday season. We're family, and this is the kind of discussion you have around the kitchen table while you're waiting
Yeah.
for the turkey to cook. So
Okay.
what made you sick? You were talking about potluck off the air. So what do you think it was that turned your stomach south? Because there have been many aggressive skaters that have tried to take out the mighty Cactus Rack. I would hate to believe a bad mushroom took out Cactus Rack,
I will never be taken out by man or woman. A
but you
mushroom, on the
taken
other
out by
hand,
food.
yeah. Food takes me out pretty quickly. No, we had a potluck at work today. I ate a lot and like a lot. And I we all know I'm a husky girl. I love my food. And I am not I immediately started feeling awful. Like stomach, something's coming up awful.
Oh no. Was this like a Thanksgiving inspired pot?
Yeah, it was a Thanksgiving potluck.
All right, so
And
what take us through your potluck choices because if you're got a potluck, that means you have many options as far
yes,
as food go. So you're at the buffet, you're looking at your
yes.
options. Where are your eyes wandering to?
Well, going in order, I got cornbread casserole.
Okay, that
I
seems
got,
reasonably safe and simple.
yeah, Puerto Rican rice.
Oh, well, that'll do it. I'm
No, it
married to a
won't.
Puerto Rican, so the Puerto Rican rice can be a little spicy and sometimes not cooked long enough.
No, I don't think that was it. Um,
Were there
uh,
chunks of sausage in it?
no.
Oh, then that's not necessarily Puerto Rican rice.
Yeah. Well, it was made by a Puerto Rican, so
Well, I mean, you could make minute rice and be Puerto Rican. Are you going to
no,
call that minute? But that's minute
they
rice
made it
made by a
without
Puerto Rican.
they made it without meat because we have vegans in our office.
Oh, I got it. Okay. Well, it's 2024. To each his
Yeah.
own.
So, and then macaroni and cheese with like the baked cheese on top.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, that seems pretty safe so far. I'm aside from the quasi Puerto, we're going to call it quasi Puerto Rican
okay.
rice because it's
I'm
not
gonna let
confirmed.
her know you said that, and if she takes offense, I'm gonna bring
I'm
her on
gonna
the
I'm
power
gonna need to
hour.
see some credentials. I'm afraid.
Okay, I will bring her on then because you will not insult Armenia like
I am
that.
not insulting anybody. I'm saying I have had more Puerto Rican food.
Um,
You understand what happens? We there are places that we go to exclusively for it.
okay. I believe you. I had
They,
pasta
they eat
salad.
fried bananas for Christ's sake.
Ew, bananas are so gross.
But see, this is fried banana sauce. I think they call them plantains or something like that.
So
That's like dope
plantains
ass
or
shit
some
to
are
them.
not technically bananas.
Well,
I can I can eat plantains.
you say
Um,
banana, I say
all
grapes.
right, let me finish.
Sorry.
Um, Pasta salad with cherry tomatoes and little mozzarella balls.
And
Mozzarella.
that's pretty standard buffet fare.
Um, 4 pieces of fried chicken.
Ah, there you go.
Oh
There
my
you go.
god.
It was the tainted poultry.
I don't think so. It was
We've
it was
all been
Mar-
there.
Mariano's fried chicken. It was pretty good. It
We've
was
all eaten the tainted poultry
it
before. That
was
is the number one cause of sickness.
I mean, to be fair, I did get food poisoning from chicken when I was pregnant with Hazel.
Your
Uh,
foul was foul. That's what's happening right now.
I don't know. I'm the only one though. I'm the only one. Everyone else is fine but me. So
And
Uh,
that was the end of it, or was there more?
then I had like I brought brownies with like fudge on top. You know, like Waltz has.
Those are delightful.
Yeah, I brought that. I was supposed to bring deviled eggs, but between like traveling back from Tennessee this weekend and Bouting and Andrew's show, I just did not have the
I have a
motivation.
question. There, a lot of people on the interweb are pissed off about deviled eggs. I've seen more than a few posts. I hot take, deviled eggs suck. Fight me. I mean, I've seen that.
Well, they're loud and they're wrong, and there's more for me then, and that's fine.
I love a deviled egg. That's some good
Yeah.
shit right there.
I mean, we all know I can eat, but man, you put me in front of a tray of deviled eggs and they're gonna be gone.
You're gonna make me emotional. My mom passed away earlier in the year, and I was raised on her deviled eggs, and
Yeah,
I just realized at this moment that I will never have my mom's deviled eggs again.
well,
What a
I'll make you
bummer.
some. I make my grandma's deviled eggs, and
I need some because
yeah,
I'm deviled eggless now because my mother is no more.
I'll make you some. I like to experiment though, so you'll get some regular ones, and then you'll get some with fancy toppings.
Hey, I don't mind a
Um,
little bit. The rest of my family doesn't like to experiment on food. It's
yeah.
one way or nothing. I like
And
to
then
the variety.
also, so my grandma was 97 when she died in 2014. So when she was cooking and hosting and things like that, it was very mid-century. And one of the dips she always made that is by far my favorite thing and sounds so disgusting, but I'll make it for you too, and you'll love it if you haven't had it. It's you take a tray and you smear like not whipped cream cheese all over the bottom,
Yep.
and then you pour cocktail chili sauce on top, and then you sprinkle,
Cocktail like shrimp sauce.
yeah.
Okay, I'm loving it so far.
And then you can sometimes, like, if you like a little spice, you can put some horseradish in,
I'm down.
and then you get some Ritz crackers and you smear it on the Ritz cracker, and it's the best shit.
Oh, I'm all in. That sounds delightful.
All right, I'll make
You
you
know what?
that and deviled eggs.
Here's the thing. My mom used to do these things where she'd buy the whole dill pickles and crack his ham and cream cheese, and she would put the cream
Yes,
cheese.
Midwest sushi.
Yeah, and she'd roll the pickle up and she'd cut them up. They would never last for a
Megatron
party.
Megatron makes them, and when she brings them, uh, they call them Knickel pickles because that's her family's name, Knickel pickles, because they
All
bring
right,
them to.
she doesn't watch this show, but I need some knickle pickles.
I will. I'm sure she does.
I think
Um,
we should make that a thing and sell it
yeah,
in public because I think the knickle pickle is a brilliant marketing thing, and I think people would buy
yeah,
t-shirts.
they're so good. Actually, when Hazel was on keto and I couldn't get her to eat anything else, I was feeding her Midwest sushi regularly. So I would make her
Knickle
those.
pickle.
And then the other thing she would eat was this is really gross. Peanut butter on American cheese rolled up.
Okay, that might be. I like them both, but I don't know how I feel about
Yeah,
that
not
together. I'd
together.
have to try it.
There
I have American cheese and I have peanut butter. I'll try it
yeah,
tonight and I'll report back to you,
yeah.
assuming I don't die.
Fair. To be fair, she couldn't really eat anything else, but
I mean, I suppose that's no different than cheese crackers with peanut butter in between them. I've had that before. I guess that'd be probably a similar sensation.
hold on 1 second.
Are you making knickle pickles? Kind of wish you were. Cactus tells me to hold on, and we're the only two fucking people here. What am I supposed to talk to myself? Hello, welcome
Hazel,
to the Power Hour Thanksgiving episode. I'm Steve. That's Cactus Rack. C-Red just had an update, destroy his computer, so he is feverishly working to get back on. And our special guest, Marshe Rockett, will be joining us in about 40 minutes. So you haven't missed Marshe. He's just not here yet.
Hazel, I paused because Hazel was yelling at me from her room that the cheese and peanut butter was delicious.
Of course it was. I mean, she loves everything.
Yeah,
I shouldn't say that. I mean, maybe that's not true, but she seems like a
yeah,
very
no, it's definitely
easy to
not
please
true.
young lady.
Yeah, definitely not. She loves things that I hate though. She loves beans and chili. I hate
Oh,
beans, hate
someone's
chili.
about to enter, but I don't know who because there was no name on it. So we're just going to roll with it and see what
Oh,
happens.
good. Okay,
It could literally be anyone.
let's find out. It's Richard.
See, Red's back from outer space. I should have chained those stupid locks. I should have made you leave your key.
You actually did.
What happened? Because I got the blue screen of death this week on a computer that's less than a year old.
Red is frozen again, even on his phone. See, Red's car's in the shop. Red's phone should be in the shop. Red is having some major technological issues this week.
Yeah,
He looks good, though.
he does.
Red, can you hear or see us?
Always look very dapper.
Red's. We'll keep Red there. I mean, maybe he'll come in and out depending on his internet stream. Well, it's our Thanksgiving episode, and Cactus, we kind of broke into what I wanted to do anyway, so we're just going to follow up with it.
Okay.
Thanksgiving, from your childhood to now, kind of take me through the different scenarios of what you got cooking, like when you were younger, and then what you do now. Because obviously, when you were young, there were people doing the stuff for you, but now you are the doer of stuff.
Oh, no, people are still doing the stuff for me.
Red, are you back from outer space?
I don't know.
Well, the reception looks a little better right now.
Yeah. You're moving. We can see you.
And you're looking up at the ceiling.
Because I'm trying to log in.
All right, we'll let Red play, and when Red needs to participate, Red will chime in as needed. So let's talk Thanksgiving. Big celebration for you, Cactus Rack. I mean, how does that work?
It's changed a lot for me, actually. When I was younger, our family would live much closer together. And now, like everyone pretty much on my dad's side was in the Chicago area. My dad is from Roseland. And one of his brothers lived in South Holland until I was young. My grandmother lived in Roseland until I was 8, and she couldn't live on her own anymore. So, and I grew up in Beverly, so it was really close. And then we kind of spread out a bit, but we still got together on the holidays. And then, cancer sucks. And other diseases kind of devastated our family, and my brother moved to Colorado, and my dad passed away a few years ago. My grandma passed away the same year one of my uncles did. And so it went from being this really big thing where it was our family, and then it was my aunt's family as well, to where we'd have like regular Thanksgiving fare and Christmas fare for the holidays, and we'd have Mexican foods and everything like that because her family was Mexican. To now we get together with some friends of mine that from Dirt, Michael, who does the concession stand. We get together with them and their family for Thanksgiving. Although my nephew will be here this year, so.
Do the Knockouts do any kind of Thanksgiving
Nope.
thing where you guys come together and for some such thing?
Nope. Although I will say, the one year that I cooked, I was 7 months pregnant with Hazel, and I went crazy, and I made like 4 kinds of mashed potatoes, and I made a turkey with molasses glaze, and I made candied yams. I made like so many different things. We'll never do it again.
It's high risk, high reward, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So nowadays with you in Crete, what do you got? You, Hazel, and Andy, what are you guys are you staying at home? Are you traveling to family? What are you doing?
I told you what we were doing.
I must have missed it.
Yeah, we're going to Michael that does the concession stand.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
We're going to we go to his house.
All right.
So I used to live with them.
Oh, okay, that makes perfect sense.
Are you
bringing anything?
We are bringing the turkey.
Yeah. Wow. Are you cooking the turkey?
No, they're cooking the turkey. Andrew
got Andrew's already dropped it off to them. Andrew gets one from work, and thank God it's not Butterball. If you've heard anything about that, have you heard about that, Stephen?
I don't think so. I mean,
You
we
should,
only can talk
I'm not
about
going
so
to
many
say it
things
on
on the
here,
drive
so
to
I'm
Frontline.
not going to say it on here, so you should Google it.
Google Butterball?
Google Butterball
What the
turkeys.
fuck? Red's gone again.
Yes.
I was just about to ask him his thing. All right, so when it comes to food and comes to things that you've made historically, is there a dish that you're most proud of at Thanksgiving? Because I feel like in all the travels that I've had for many Thanksgivings, my wife has a tremendously large family, so we go all sorts of places to all sorts of different things. The last several years we've gone to the same place, but before you would rotate house to house, same people, different venue, and people would bring various things, and sometimes there'd be variations on a theme. And we'd have to bring certain things. Like I see bags of stuff that we're bringing. I don't think we're cooking, but we're bringing some of the assistive devices. Like we've got pop and we've got cases of water, and I see Reynolds wrap and some cooking accoutrement. So we're supplying some of the non-essentials that don't necessarily get cooked, but are important for every holiday celebration.
The most important part of Thanksgiving and any holiday in this house is the Pillsbury crescent rolls.
That is a must. You have to have a good roll to go
You do.
along with the turkey and stuffing. I think that it's a misstep if you don't have it.
Absolutely a complete, total failure if there are no crescent rolls.
Yeah,
I remember once my brother finding out that there were no crescent rolls, and he was on public transportation and he stopped at a store specifically on his way to get some and then came and made them himself because there is no way he was having any holiday dinner without crescent rolls.
They are very important to everything. We had a situation when me and my brother were younger and still lived at home. This was many years ago, and we had a small dog, a Schnauzer dog, very much a yapper, very much a jumper on the table, take the food kind of situation.
Uh-huh.
So we had a situation one holiday season where the dog was yapping and jumped up on the table and actually got a plate and knocked it on and shattered everywhere, right? So my brother threw a crescent roll at the dog. The dog catches the crescent roll and eats it. And
As
then
he should.
he was so angry, he then started throwing crescent rolls like pitching, like because he's a big baseball player. So he's throwing crescent rolls at this dog, and the dog caught the first one, but didn't understand the barrage of crescent rolls and just kind of stood there and took it, and then kind of looked at us both, and then ate all the crescent rolls.
Yeah.
It was a form of punishment in his mind, but in the end, a few impacts of some crescent rolls, and then you get more food. So I think the dog kind of dug it, but that was
I'm gonna say that I don't think the lesson that he wanted to apply stuck there.
I wanted to tell that story in a very, very safe way because I certainly don't condone throwing objects at dogs because
I was gonna
I
say
know
if
on
that
this
dog was
show
hurt in any way, I will square up with your brother.
and this day and age, if you tell things in a certain light, they don't go well for you. So that may or may not be exactly how it happened, but that's something that we laugh about even to this day. But that's just one of many, many holiday stories. Do you have a favorite holiday story, Cactus Wreck, from the Thanksgiving holiday? Save the Christmas stuff because we're going to do the Christmas show in a few.
I do have a great Thanksgiving story. It's about my dad.
Because you are the peppermint patty of our show.
Why am I the peppermint patty?
Because you're just you are that tough, never take no for an answer kind of gal.
That's true.
Just like remember when Peppermint Patty invited herself over to Chuck's house, and there was nothing Charlie Brown could do about it. He just said, "Okay, yeah, come on down." And then she got pissed off when there was popcorn.
I don't remember this, but I'll take your word.
I feel like that's how you'd be. I feel like you'd be Peppermint Patty, and you'd be
I would
pissed off at me
never
serving you
invite
popcorn.
myself over anywhere. That's rude. But I get your point.
Go ahead. What's your Thanksgiving story?
So my dad, Toby, was notoriously he didn't chew when he ate. We'll just put it like that. I actually had to give him the Heimlich a few years ago because he was eating something and he just swallowed it and it got stuck in his throat. So, and he was 6'4". And he was well into Parkinson's. So you can imagine how that Heimlich went.
I bet.
So this was when I was like maybe 11 or 12. I think maybe 11. We were at my uncle's house. My grandma was living with them at the time. And she had made the turkey, and no one was supposed to be touching the turkey. But my dad, of course, being my dad, and the man was like a human food vacuum. Leanest person alive. I did not get those genetics, but I did get the high cholesterol. He was eating the pieces of turkey that had been cut from the carcass, basically.
Kind of reminds me of a Christmas Story.
Yeah. So he was, and he loved that movie. I guess that was like his experience growing up in Chicago in the 40s and 50s. But so he's eating, and he's taking these big pieces of turkey and just swallowing them. Like, he's not taking small ones, he's not chewing them up. He's just taking these big pieces of turkey and swallowing them. And so at some point he gets a piece stuck in his throat, like right under where like he can breathe, but he can't get it out, or he can kind of breathe, but he can't get it out. And like, as he's coughing, it's making it worse. And so the whole goal was to not let my grandmother figure out what had happened. So she's got us all sitting at the table to eat, and she's yelling, "Where's Toby? Where's Toby? It's time." I mean, she probably didn't yell. My grandmother did not yell, but she's like, "Where's Toby? It's time to eat." And then my brother was with him, and so she wants to know where Toby is. She wants to know where Jeremy is. So Jeremy and my dad were up on the second floor in the bathroom trying to get this turkey out, and my dad is adamant that he does not want the paramedics called. Adamant he does not want anyone to call the paramedics, but the turkey's not coming out. And so finally someone, I don't know who it was like, "This is ridiculous," and called the paramedics. Right as they get there, my brother, he finally tells my brother, "Okay, go ahead, hit me in the back." And my brother is also not a small man. He's also 6'4", big guy. And he just like winds up and punches my dad in the back, and the turkey comes flying out right as the paramedics arrive.
That
And
is quite a story.
yeah, and my grandmother went to her grave never knowing that this happened.
So, for her own good, for her own protection,
Yeah.
lies were told. And, that's why sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah.
For the benefit of someone like that. So that's a hell of a story. Red, what's Thanksgiving like at the house of Red when Red was just a little Red?
I hope I can talk and not freeze in the next 5
please.
seconds.
We're hopeful. We're very hopeful.
See how my day's going.
So I want you to tell me how Thanksgiving was back in the 40s for you.
Ha 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 ha. But shit, as soon as you can tell me how they were in the 30s.
Hey, listen, I'm not the one that wanted to buy a fucking Hummer, dude.
Hey, I'd have crashed everybody.
Like I told you in the pre-show, the only people that drive Hummers are people that are ex-military that are trying to overthrow their neighbor. There is absolutely no need for it. And now they got fucking Hummers that walk sideways. What the fuck? You're gonna go down the street sideways? What's the fucking point of that?
Am I not ex-military?
And now they want it's an electrical vehicle. It's an electric car. What is happening with this world?
I need gas. But
you need a new car, bro. You need a new car. That's what you need.
You find somebody that's gonna sell me a new car,
dude. I'm fucking at work with your car in hospice right now. I'm reading books to it in the bay, going, "It's gonna be okay. You're gonna pass in just a few minutes. It's gonna just go to the light." That's what I'm sitting next to your car talking that.
Well, tell Coco she got to survive.
Coco's in trouble. Coco's on her last IV, Red. We're trying.
Don't say that shit.
Make guarantees.
My Thanksgivings here were pretty boring.
Come on.
Seriously, dude, you got to remember.
600 grandbabies. There has to be some stories.
But you said when I was a kid. I mean,
okay, you're right. You're right. That's fair. I
mean, so again, it was just me, my mom, and my dad. So
that's sometimes all you need. What did Mama Red cook? I mean, was it a big?
I mean, it was big, but it was too much for us, and it was like,
And you ate for a week afterwards.
Right. Like, oh my God, I'm
turkey sandwiches, turkey soup.
No, I was just tired of turkey. And so
he's looking, he doesn't want to say shit because he doesn't want to get in trouble. I get that. I feel that.
No,
The eyes of the world
my parents could not cook turkey to save their fucking life.
She's gonna kill you this time. You better
So,
watch out. There are
so
ears everywhere.
I would eat everything, like the dressing and the mac and cheese, of course, but
What was your favorite?
my favorite was always my mother's mac and cheese.
All right, so why was Mama Red's mac and cheese so spectacular?
Because it's the shit.
Well,
Because
all right, I want to know why it's the shit. I mean, we talked about
Because
nickel
when-
pickles. You're gonna have to do. You have to go out to beat out the nickel pickle. You're gonna have to go harder.
I mean, it's just the way she fixed it, dude. And again, I mean, I can't tell you because I don't fix it. So trust me, it was some magic put into it, but that magic is long gone. Because the
All right,
last
so you got a little older. Now you got wives and you got children, you got grandbabies. What is Sean Young doing for Thanksgiving, these days? What about this year? What are you doing this year?
I'm with my wife and I'm at my in-laws.
All right, so take me through the typical Thanksgiving over the last few years. Are you watching football? What are you doing?
I mean, I'm gonna try to watch football.
Not a lot of great football to watch this Thursday, by the way.
Oh, that first game is gonna be a humdinger.
Come on. Don't
Can't
go
wait
there,
for
bro.
that one.
Don't go there, bro.
Can't wait for that one. 2 weeks in a row.
You son of a bitch.
But I mean, every year is different. No grandkids this year. And I mean, that's been the thing. I mean, my kids, I've respected that they have their families. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So, and they want to, because as I got older and, you know, tradition was we were always here. So, we always came here for Thanksgiving dinner. Um, and as, they got older, I realized uh, that they got their own lives. They're grown women now. So, um, shit, you know, I can't expect them to always want to be up under me. So this year is just, again, we're gonna keep it simple. My in-laws, nieces, uh, we picked up the boy child. Uh, he came home from school Sunday. Uh, so my other daughter will be here with her boyfriend, I guess Thanksgiving Day. So we get to meet the boyfriend. Just chill, and relaxed, and because I'm headed the fuck out of town, I need a break.
So
So
are you traveling on Thanksgiving? You going out of town?
I'm going the next day,
Where are you traveling to?
to the Dells.
Oh, so you're coming up. You're going to be in frontline country.
Actually, yeah,
You
and
going up there
we're
for?
uh a friend's birthday celebration weekend. We rented cabins and everything. So
Oh, that's fun. Are you gonna have like a planes, trains, and automobiles experience?
no, just get in the car and go.
What car are you gonna get in, Red?
Not mine.
Maybe you could go buy a Hummer.
Dude, don't, because again, trust me, when the finance company said they wouldn't finance that because it was too old, I cried.
Was the best thing that ever happened to you in your life.
N-
Trust me.
No,
Trust
it was
me.
the best thing that happened to you
Yes, it was the
because
best.
because
Yeah,
I'd have rolled right over you like Steve is driving too slow. Okay.
that's probably true. I don't drive very fast. I'll be honest with you. I'm built for comfort, not speed. That's for sure. Um, when Marshe gets here in a little while, I want you to save the wrestling Thanksgiving story because I love hearing that every year. So we're not gonna touch that one right now. We're gonna keep that one in the chamber in about 15 minutes when Marshe Rockett joins us here on the Power Hour. When it comes to Thanksgiving, do you have anything that you like go to movies? Do you watch movies? That this question is for either of you, because I know a lot of people, on Thursday you do the dinner and you watch the football, and then on Friday, some people decorate for Christmas, some people go to the movies. What do you guys do on Black Friday? Let's start with Cactus Rack.
I do nothing.
Nothing. You don't go
Nothing.
shopping. You don't go to the
Nope.
movies, you don't decorate a tree.
Damn capitalism to hell.
You are the most militant person. You have a cause to fight in every scenario.
You're
See, she should
goddamn
drive a
right
Hummer.
I do.
She
Jesus,
should drive a Hummer.
I should drive a Hummer.
you should do something.
I should.
You are angry beyond anger.
Yes, I am.
We get you a prescription for Percocet that'll fix you right up.
I'm extremely medicated, Steven, and I'm still this angry. What does that tell you?
We need to up the dosages.
No, the world is fucked.
Well, I can't argue with that. That's
Yeah.
the name of the Thanksgiving special here on the Power Hour. The world is fucked. Bend over and just take it. Let the countdown begin.
We love her though.
Yes, thank you, Red. Thank you. I love
Yeah,
you too.
We do indeed.
Yeah, because you know, if shit ever gets real, who's gonna have your back, Steven?
It's fair. I mean, that you would certainly be a powerful ally when the shit hits the fan, because you are as no nonsense as it gets, and that's refreshing to me. A lot of people are
And
full
I'm
of
loyal.
You are indeed loyal. That is 100% true. I guarantee that. So you've never gone Black Friday shopping? You've never decorated for Christmas? You've never gone to you just stay home and
Oh, sometimes we decorate for Christmas. We're a big Christmas household. Big Christmas household.
all right, so this is not, I mean, this would be a great opportunity to turn Crete into a winter wonderland, right?
Yeah, I mean, Crete does Crete Country Christmas, so they're already getting ready.
I lived in Crete for a few years myself, and it is a very festive town to be
Yeah.
in the holiday season. I was a JC in Crete for a few years, and we did the parade and we did the lights, and we were very active in the community spreading Hollywood cheer. I did Santa phone, where we would get phone numbers of children and we would call them up in the that's the thing. Things that we did 20 years ago, if you did them now, you'd get in trouble with law.
Yeah.
Call
Who is
call
giving
young
out
people pretending
children's
to be
phone
Santa Claus.
numbers?
See how that works out for you.
No, thank you.
And you'd call the house and be, hi, this is Steve from the Crete area JCs. We're calling for your child.
What
as
were the
Santa Claus."
JCs?
The Crete area JCs were what we were called.
Yeah, what are the
Well,
JCs?
but what are JCs?
You know how there's the Knights of Columbus and the Kiwanis and things, the people that do things like that.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
This was you had to do less to get into it. Let's put it to you that way.
Okay, but what
Oh.
did JC stand for?
I'm sure there's something that they stand for, but as far as
But
what
you
it
don't know.
I have no idea. I became a JC to date somebody, so it was an
Oh, for
ill-conceived
God's
situation,
sake,
and it
Steven.
didn't go through. Anyway, it's a story for another time. That was a much younger Steve, a much naiver Steve. So now that Steve is dead, there's all there is this one
Thank God.
that is angry about everything. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole.
And
we
you're
don't
talking about me.
We don't need to do therapy on this show. That could be a whole other thing. If we're still doing this in 25, maybe each month we'll set aside a therapy show where we all
should.
I
I honestly think that show would get the highest ratings.
We did pretty well. Recently we did that debate episode. That's the most watched Power Hour ever, if you can believe it.
Yeah, how many views?
We have almost 400 YouTube views. So
Wow.
that's the most of any show, 3 times the most of any show we've ever had.
All
I
right.
think on Facebook we had over 1,000 watches. So that was a pretty good one for us. And joining us now, of course, is the real deal, Rian Skills. Hello, Rian.
Hello, Rian.
Hello, Rian.
Hello, 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 hello. Rian is joining us to do pictures when Marshe gets here. Marshe will be joining us in about 10 minutes.
Via satellite.
Via satellite. So we're talking about the Thanksgiving holiday. Red, what about you? Black Friday. Do you shop? Do you
I don't do
decorate?
shit now.
What the fuck is wrong with you people?
What's
Dude,
wrong with you?
so you
Go
got
to work
again,
on that. I'm in retail for the most part. Automotive. The day after Thanksgiving is the most fucked day of the year.
Yeah, I know. I used to work in retail myself.
God bless America.
You
From
can't
the minute
imagine
I
how
get there
shitty
until
people
the
are
minute
to
I
look.
leave, I will want to kill myself each and every second.
so I've done all of that shit. You know, God bless her. Thank God we're not together anymore. But Diamond, my God, she would like that's when the stores used to open at midnight, and we have all the people over and everything, and then you done ate, you ready to go to bed, you know,
that you're
and,
right.
and no,
That's
you
100.
can't go to sleep. You can't go to sleep.
Oh yeah,
Why
that's
not? We gotta go to the stores. Really?
No, we don't.
he's right. That is something that doesn't happen anymore. I mean, it still happens a little bit. There are some places where
No,
not
not.
nearly as much.
But think about it. There, the stores like we we grew up in a fucking awesome time. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. This world now sucks.
The Best
Um,
Buy had the lines around the block.
Best Buy,
Toy,
Circuit
Toys R
City,
Us.
right? Even though we're getting a Toys R Us back, if it's not open, I think it is open. Um, but places like that, I didn't mind going. But then you got to fight everybody, and like I was always with my head on the swivel, like, all right, who's gonna start a fight over a fucking TV? Like,
Yeah, it was
and
that was the real shit, man. People would there. Remember Cabbage Patch dolls? That was some certifiable crazy ass shit. And those are the ugliest fucking dolls that have ever existed on this plane of existence.
dude, think about it. I try to explain to people that don't know. Watch Jingle All the Way.
100%.
That is what we would go through with the bullshit over whatever and the fucked up part is if nobody ever paid attention, the news on Wednesday night would always tell you what's the hot ticket to buy for kids this Christmas season.
Motherfuckers.
God,
And
remember Tickle Me Elmo?
oh my God. Hold on. So here's a story, Cactus. Here's a story.
Okay, I'm ready.
So I don't know. It had to be towards us. And of course it was Diamond. And we're getting the kids stuff together. And there are no Tickle Me Elmos at all, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we get in line, and there's one. Somebody had put to the side, like when you're going through the register and you just, oh, I don't want this, so you just set it to the side. And it
Yeah.
was sitting there. And I wanted it so bad, but our oldest daughter, of course, she was past that stage, and our youngest daughter hated fucking Elmo. So it was like, and I was like, I want this thing so bad. And I pushed the button, and I was like, what's the big deal about this again?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I left it, but I was like, just that quick, I was like, it does nothing but laugh and says, my name is Elmo. And I'm like, now I'm a gamer. So, you know,
I mean,
I
that's
would,
not I mean, the Tickle Me Elmo and Santino from Rocket Pro Wrestling, very similar.
don't they have the same mother?
No, they're both puppets.
Oh, okay. So, but yeah, so like I would understand lines for like, so what was it? Was it the PS3?
Look at Rion. He's got a picture of people
I see.
fighting That's
at Walmart.
yeah.
I think it
I
was
ain't
the
going to
PS.
Walmart this weekend. I'll tell you that right fucking now. I'm not going to a
Where
store.
is there a Walmart? Shit, there aren't too many left.
Yeah, we got one when you're out there picking up your car, God willing, you can pick up your car tomorrow, and I don't have you in my loaner car for a week. You can go to the Walmart in New Lenox. It's big and pretty nice.
I'm just saying, like when the PS3 came out, I got it because it was limited because they didn't make that many. You
It was
know,
hard to get too.
it was hard to get, but that's when they were putting systems in the store. When the PS4 came out and 5, they stopped that shit. And
Yeah.
you couldn't go anywhere and just say, "Oh yeah, I want that system." It's
Yeah.
like, "Oh no." So
We used to do the Black Friday where we'd get up or we'd go early in the morning and I'd go before we'd try to get the sales, and I've been through that experience. I didn't like it very much, but getting the shopping that weekend after Thanksgiving was always something I tried to do because when my kids were young, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed finding stuff that would pop them on Christmas Day. But now they're older. My one son's 25. He's going to be a lawyer. It just isn't the same. And my once little guy is senior in high school. He's going to be going to college next year himself. So my wife does most of the Christmas stuff now because I'm old and outdated. I have no idea what they like anymore. I used to know everything about it, and I would get all the right stuff. I was the master gift giver for many years. But nowadays I'm old and out of the way, and I don't have control over my finances anyway. So I have no business doing it, even if I could. But I wouldn't know what they wanted at this point. It's so behind me now, and I miss it. I miss the excitement and the bustle of the holiday season, getting the stuff, getting it wrapped. Now they just get what they want during the year, and the magic for me is unfortunately gone. I don't know how I get it back. There's the PS3 you were talking about.
I love it. But here's the I have to agree that it's not the same anymore. Like, first of all, and I think Cactus will agree with this statement. Christmas has become so commercialized
Mm-hmm.
to the point it makes me sick.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely.
Like
You have the
Halloween hadn't even ended, and you're seeing places and they've got shit already on shelves, and it's like,
I went to buy a bag of Halloween candy 2 days before Halloween, and there was always already the entire Christmas display was like that. You can see them putting it up. That's
and,
October 29th, man. That's a little
Yeah.
early.
and
Christmas
that's
Christmas
what I'm
has
saying.
always
Like,
been my absolute favorite holiday, and the last few years it's felt empty. Like there's just no meaning behind it anymore.
and it's not, it's I here's my thing. I think
I don't know.
Thanksgiving and Christmas, the best things I can get now outside of whatever I put on my list. So if any of my children are watching this, there's a list. Um, but um, it would be just spending it with good people like y'all. Like that's where I get the memories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, if I can spend time with, of course, the grands and the kids, that's beautiful. But outside, like as far as the actual, people and the hustle and the bustle, I mean, that's the only thing I'm grateful for Amazon for. What am I thankful for? Amazon. That's what I'm thankful. God damn it. Let me pull up my phone. When can I get this shit here? Thank you very much. See you in 2 days. All right. Appreciate you. All right.
The convenience of that said aforementioned company has made everybody pretty lazy, but I wouldn't trade it at this point. Obviously, Thanksgiving is a big football day. And Red, we are in fantasy football leagues together. You are ahead of me in both leagues presently, but I'm right behind you, snipping at your heels in both leagues.
And we play next week.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. So it's going to be an interesting thing. And I'm hoping Caleb has a big game against Detroit so I can finally shut you up for once and for all about my beloved number 18.
Hey, so here's the funny part.
And now Rian's gone. Rian didn't even say nothing, and he's gone.
So
That's
here's
not
the funny
very Thanksgiving.
I know, right? Here's the funny part. I had whoever I had Brock Purdy. And Brock was out. And who's my backup? Caleb. So for the one time of the year, I had to start him.
He went crazy.
And he got me my points. He got me my win. I'm greatly appreciative. But then, so I didn't watch the game. Because on Sundays now, I'm addicted now to Snap.
Snap?
I'm addicted to Snap.
What the fuck is Snap?
Snapped.
What is it?
Oh, that show about the women that go crazy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Actress, are you on it?
Not yet.
She ain't killed nobody, so
Yeah.
That we know of.
We know of.
I'm sure there are
That we
bodies
know
somewhere
of.
that she's been
Yeah.
So it's either watching that or food shows. We're all about food. So
Which food shows do you watch?
anything that come on, because we're addicted to like we want to find these places that are locals, but they're known for, is this place known for a 5-pound burger or stuff like that. Like we're interested because I guess at some point we're gonna start visiting these places. I mean,
Rion's back. Hi, Rion. Welcome back.
And we're thankful for Rion.
Yep.
Rion, what happens in your household at Thanksgiving? Rion might be out of communication range, so we'll maybe he'll pop back in and answer that question later. So Red, you like food shows and you like shows about women killing people?
Hey man,
That
because
is top tier entertainment.
some of it is funny. Like I watched one today because thanks to you, I had all this time in the world.
Hey, you got a car to use. I got you home. I took care of your shit.
I know, but it was the
bring
fact.
me a busted ass piece of shit. I took care of your shit. Get you a free oil change. You can fuck that noise.
Leave Coco alone. But again, my whole day I thought I was gonna be with you. So anyway, this one lady, she grew up, she was wealthy, but at some point she decided her first husband died and then she got remarried, had a kid with this other dude, and then she raised him to be a con artist and schemer. Like she taught him how to con people and scheme. And then you find out that they killed this. I mean, she was rich, but they killed this lady so the mother could take over her identity and empty her. And it was like, what kind of fucking sense does this make? You already got money. Why do you need to kill?
Are you sure this isn't the Roxy Hart story?
Well,
all I'm gonna say is if when the Power Hour ends, we should move on to a true crime podcast.
Only Murders in the Building?
Yeah, exactly.
That show is the fucking best.
I haven't seen it.
If you haven't watched Only Murders in the Building,
I've only seen the first
oh
series.
my God, you're letting the best in life pass you by. I hated Selena Gomez for years. She is absolute magic in this show. And Steve Martin and Martin Short, they all play off of each other so well. It is amazing. And I didn't know Rion was French.
I didn't either, and then I saw the picture earlier today, and
There's a lot to talk about.
monsieur.
Is he French or is he a mime?
Well, I think he might be a French mime.
Mm.
But that's what Rion does. Rion is a method actor to the very end. So we'll talk about the IPW show when Marshe Rockett joins us in just a few minutes. He will be with us, and we will talk about the busy year that he's had and what he and his family do for Thanksgiving. So that will be in just a few minutes. So Ray, let's go over these football games real quick. I'm just interested to see, are you going to be by the TV watching the games, or are you not? Are you blowing it off for snap or whatever you call it?
Dude, I'm telling you, oh my God. Dateline, if we were not doing this right now, I'd probably be watching Dateline.
Thank God we're doing this, because that will kill your brain.
Hey, it's some crazy ass people in this world. Y'all think
enough reality. I don't need reality shows. I got enough.
No, this is reality.
You're going to be watching The Masked Singer.
Masked Singer is amazing.
So now that you brought that up,
oh God, I take it back. I take it back.
That
is the most disturbing picture right there. God, get that away from me.
Right, that's the mask.
Russell off my show.
The Masked Singer. So
I think Riyad's making a Cabbage Patch reference right there.
I guess so. So every season, I would predict who was under the hood. And people got pissed because I was getting it right.
I don't believe it.
Like, people were like mad. Like, they were like, please don't tell us who. And some of them were like, how do you not, like, for me, Gladys Knight has a distinctive voice. And I'm sorry. Some of the judges sometimes just act like they just dumb as shit. So
I mean, Jenny McCarthy is on the panel.
I get it. So a green hat.
Yeah.
Joining us on the Power Hour is our good friend all day, Marshe Rockett. How you doing, Marshe?
What is up? What is up, everybody?
You just saved me from conversations about The Masked Singer, so I'm very grateful for you.
Steven, you just hate fun.
Right.
How you feeling, Mr. NWA?
Tired, sore, ready for more.
I see you're repping the colors tonight.
Yes, I got the little NWA going on, and then this is, of course, like my brother's favorite, like the Miami Hurricanes. Of course, this being around the time of his untimely passing. So me and my brother, my other brothers, like, have just been wearing and rocking like his favorite teams around this time of season to like help keep celebrating and whatnot. So, but yes, we are here.
That's a remarkable way to deal with loss. That's really cool.
Oh
shit. Yeah. Why you, Marshe? You've been on here 38 seconds and you're already calling a timeout?
Because you asked for the goddamn predictions. The Bears gonna get their ass whipped. Dallas, they gonna beat the Giants because the Giants always fucking suck. The Packers are gonna beat the Dolphins. There you go. Oh, and Friday, the Chiefs are gonna blow out fucking Las Vegas. There you go.
I'd rather hear your Masked Singer's prediction, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, you can have those too.
Don't encourage him, for God's sake. Marshe, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Have you recovered from your tussle with one very game Drew Bronson at IPW?
Yeah. It took it didn't take me as long as I was expecting, but no. I've That's probably like the soreness on like the shoulders or whatnot. But my chest is fine. I can't say the same for him, but
Oh, that shit is torn up.
oh yeah, there's some handprints that are still there. I just told him, hey,
We
give it a week
called
and a
it.
half, you'll be fine.
We called it. All I want, hold on. Didn't you say it was gonna be blood, Steve?
I thought.
No blood? No blood, Shay?
No blood.
Uh,
Oh, okay.
no, it's funny. Let's just say there was some slicing. So it wasn't as much, but I was just like, you know what? Where mercy is shown, mercy shall be given. So
Let's be honest. You could buy his chest at Jewel for $5.99 a pound on Monday morning.
but I did make $5 extra.
You did.
The fans were chanting $1 a chop. So
Oh,
and
all for charity, no doubt.
I did make a little bit of extra cash on that one. So
Hey, gas prices are high, man.
I
Hot
know
dog,
exactly.
handshake,
So
and $5.
So let me ask this. We know you can wrestle, but
uh-huh.
how was hosting duties?
Man, that was chaotic towards the front. I mean, right off the gate, Disco Stew getting jumped by Paragon. Like he was on some bull. I wanted to like jump in and help, but Rion had to remind me that apparently as a host, you know, it's good to remain neutral. You can't really step in, and you got to let the inmates kind of like, govern themselves. You just try to keep the chaos contained as best as you can. But yeah, but I mean, I still made him defend his championship. I mean, Paragon wasn't getting away from that. Um, Other than that, I thought it went very well. I mean, of course, I let Rion and the fans know that I could only do the first half, because I wanted to take the time to mentally prepare for one Mr. Drew Bronson, uh, who still wound up getting his ass whooped. But but yeah, I believe the first half the fans were excited. They got to see some fantastic wrestling, some real bangers out there. Jay Thunder with one hell of a spear. I mean, them workhorses, boy. Woo! Good lord. Um, but it was kind of nice to see finally not, wrestling, not having to look and peer through curtains and everything, just sit there and actually enjoy the show and see some of the talent that some of the locker room possesses. So I saw a lot of great things, a lot of great standouts. We'll see if I come back as a host. I mean, actually, some fans came and said, "Can I host again? This time the full show." I don't know, because there's always some local, some jabroni running his mouth, and probably I got to put my boot up his ass. So we'll see. But I just told them to stay tuned, and we'll see what happens.
All right, so you were the host, right?
Mm-hmm.
And why didn't you fix a huge injustice?
Uh-oh.
Huge injustice. All right, bring me up to speed here. What's the huge injustice?
Why did you let Rachel just run amok?
Well, what was she doing?
Me?
What was she
Me, Rachel, or the
specifically
title
doing?
belt Rachel?
Rachel should have sat her ass in the corner like she was told.
All right, I know he's not talking about you,
Okay,
Candace.
hold
Okay,
on.
good.
But this is the whole neutral part. This is the whole neutral part. This is governing from afar. If it was completely an atrocity, I think I would have stepped in. But, I think under the circumstances, it wasn't too bad. And I mean, she didn't get hurt, which is the most important thing. And You know, she's D'Angelo's girl. I mean, I thought Steele would have had better control, you know, um, since they're partners. But she took a liking to the mime.
But
Um,
we boys, you should have grabbed her by the hand and made her sit her narrow ass
I
down next to you.
honestly didn't see her. I honestly didn't see her in the locker room, so I didn't even know she was in the building until she was coming out with Steele. And at that point, it was like, oh, all right. So, you know, uh, but Steele protected her. Unfortunately, he didn't get the win, but danger. I no. Can I just go? Can I just say for a second? A lot of people are asleep on danger.
Don't sleep on danger.
Oh my God. I for somebody who's intoxicated, good Lord, that man throws some JBL haymakers. I'm like, ooh.
When he has those moments of sobriety, like in the middle of a situation, and suddenly he's like a raging beast in attack mode, it's fun to watch.
I was just I was taken back by it. I really was, because I don't think I've actually had the full opportunity to see a full-fledged Sean Danger match. But sitting there
They
and
usually don't
watching
last
him
long.
perform, I mean, damn. Like, I was definitely impressed. And I was just like, man, I wonder uh and under the right light and the right circumstances, what else could Danger actually do? So I'm hoping that the momentum continues for him. But I just wanted to give him a quick shout out because he definitely impressed me. He definitely came and showed out. So
We always talk about locker rooms, and I think that's one of my favorite parts of Sean Danger. Uh, that man is always there early, stays late, does anything and everything that's asked of him, and
mhm.
developed himself into a really, really good performer. Uh,
Yes.
I hope that he gets more opportunities because the dude works harder than just about anybody. And I think he's due. I think and I love the way he's utilized at IPW, and he's starting to be utilized at Rocket Pro because
Yeah.
the can work, and the dude is just a nice guy, and he works
Yeah.
hard. I appreciate that.
Yeah. No, he was definitely one of the standouts that I was referring to earlier.
What about the big leagues in the end of that show? Because that the things got a little bit hairy there at the end for our information liaison.
Ah, I you know, big leagues. I talked to him earlier in the back and I said, listen, guys, I don't need any trouble on this show. I don't need any hassle. They swore up to me up and down. I said, listen, I only got the first half, but I'm trying to, trust you guys to not be so crazy, especially before, the big main event. And they told me that they weren't going to be disrespectful and they told me that they were going to, fly straight, but apparently that wasn't the case. So, moving forward, now that I'm no longer the host, I don't know what the repercussions are in store for them.
No,
Only that, you know. So,
they done
yeah.
fucked up. I mean, I wasn't there, but I didn't read. They gotta fucking go against Rion and Max.
They invoked a tag team that probably shouldn't have been invoked because now you've got the morning after looking for a fight and itching to whoop somebody's ass. And listen, we talked about it many times, and we've talked about Rion when you put a quarter in him and you make him go back to Orion. And Max Holiday, you don't need to put a quarter in Max Holiday to make him go back to old Max Holiday. So
Oh, he's ready to go.
the big leagues are about to be fucked. That's the only way I can say it. That was a bad decision by them, and they are going to pay for that in spades if there's a show in December.
Hey, you reap what you sow. So, I mean, Mess around, you find out, right?
I'm
So
telling you what, it would if Max Holiday would have rode that motorcycle into that arena, because that's how he probably got there. That would have been some chaotic Undertaker shit, and that would have.
Jay is so nice. But the quote is fuck around and find out. So
Yeah,
I try to keep it PG, man. I try to keep
I
it PG.
not on this show. After the way this show started, that shit's out the window.
Yeah, the last several shows I've been at over the last month, there's been a lot of profanities that have been seemingly acceptable. So I maybe we're making that shift back to the Attitude Era, but maybe that's just where I'm at. Marshe, you have had one hell of a year in 2024. As I was writing up the show, I was thinking about it. You know, with the rebirth of the Soul Touches in NWA. And
Mhm.
we've got, of course, the final level at Rocket Pro. You've had
Mhm.
your share of tag team activities, but so much more than that. And as I look back over Chicago style wrestling this past year, I kind of feel like you had a lot to do with the change in direction that that show has because of the way you conduct yourself, not only in the ring, but behind the scenes. I feel like there are a few people in that locker room that kind of keep things moving in the right direction, that keep the younger performers, understanding, making sense of their stories. You're right hand man to some of the creative. You do a lot behind the scenes that I don't think people give you enough credit for. And you had some pretty incredible matches at Chicago style wrestling. Obviously, your reputation at Rocket Pro Wrestling is second to none. And I kind of feel like your efforts and energies were properly rewarded with what's going to happen on December 7th. And there is an electric buzz about a match you have coming up at Christmas Chaos. Now,
Yes.
went viral on social media, the backstage reaction to the announcement. And
Yes.
when you were in that ring and Nuke comes out and says, here's your opponent at Christmas Chaos, and that shit dropped. What were you thinking in your mind? Because that was a surprise. There were three people at Rocket Pro that knew that was coming. And we all found out about it simultaneously. And that was a magic fucking moment, if ever there was one.
uh there was so much possibly going through my head. Number one, damn, Jake Omen hits hard.
Yeah, that's true.
Number two, I can't wait to taste these sweet, delicious Texas rolls
They were good.
uh,
They were
with
very
butter.
good. They were very good. Thank you,
Um,
Marshe.
Red opened up a container of butter and just started licking the butter out of the box. It was weird.
yeah. um, but when it came to, and of course, like what I said and what I said to the fans, I meant it about as long as there's, breath and fresh air in my lungs, I'm never gonna stop going and giving my absolute best for them, giving them the show that they came to see, uh, because love is reciprocated, right? You get, you show love, you show kindness, it comes back to you
The
tenfold.
love you
And
take is equal to the love you make.
yeah, they give it back tenfold, and so I never want to leave that ring, uh, not having given it my all because they do it every damn time. And so when that announcement was dropped, courtesy of me saying, and I still to this day think that, there's not a man in the locker room of Rocket Pro that, or even those around the world, that can kind of go all day with Marshe Rockett. So when I hear that good old Joe Hendry, um, wants to come on down to the house that Marshe Rockett helped build, I can't help but answer with a smile. Um, because I know how big of a star Joe Hendry is. He's a hot ticket in wrestling today. His face is plastered everywhere. He's got a catchy ass song. Um, a lot of people like him. I like Joe Hendry. I have no like real beef with Joe Hendry. Uh, the only thing I will say again is you're more than welcome, to step in my house. Please take off your shoes, make yourself comfortable, but do not step into that place acting like you own it. That's where I take like liberties. That's where I say, oh, hail to the gnaw. Um, welcome, Mr. Hendry. I hope you enjoy yourself. But again, this is my house, and you're gonna find out why Marshe Rockett is the best all day.
I haven't, you have fought some pretty impressive competitors over the years. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Back prior to pandemic, I remember the buzz in the arena when you fought Luchasaurus from
Mm-hmm.
W, and you couldn't have put one more human being in that building the night you fought Luchasaurus, and that crowd was riveted. And
Mm-hmm.
both are big men, and the clinic you put on with as much aerial working as you did, it really is a match that sticks out in my mind as one of the most impressive moments I've seen when a visiting superstar comes in and really has a 5-star quality match. And now here's this. And I remember thinking to myself, God, Luchasaurus is going to fight Marshe Rockett at CSW. What a great time to be a wrestling fan. And now here we are in 2024, and
Here
Marshe
we are.
Rockett is going to fight Joe Hendry. And I'm thinking to myself, what is happening right now? And I'm still on sugar shock from Kurt Angle at Frontline last week. So I feel like a kid in a candy store. Uh, do you feel like that sometimes when you hear in the? I mean, you've been to TNA, you've been to these big. You're at NWA now.
Yeah.
I don't know if the way I feel is the way you would feel when you work somebody like that. All right, Rhett, what do you want?
Rion was saying something.
Oh, I didn't hear him. What's up, Rion?
Could you do me a favor and just pick a topic so I can get to the photo? I know you like me doing the thing. I just need you to pick one because you just focus on one so I can figure out what photo to put up here. I don't care which one it is.
That's on
Just
me. Man,
help me.
not feeling
I'm
very
not
thankful
Pac-Man.
this
I'm
episode.
sorry. I'm not I'm not Pac-Man. I don't have the technology that he is. I'm sorry. I just have this phone. I'm trying. Just give me a moment.
We're going to continue talking about Joe Hendry, so I'll try to lead you in
Okay.
with the subjects I'm going. So, like I was saying, do you get excited in matches like this when you're taking on somebody that has achieved a level of? I mean, you've achieved plenty of success yourself, so I'm not
Mhm.
short. But I mean, just is it a different kind of match, or do you just prepare for them all the same way?
No, I get it. I get excited. I'm very excited for this match. I'm very excited. Even more so, not just because of the buzz that follows behind it and all that stuff, but I get excited for the very reason that for the very fact that a match like this, you know, is an opportunity. I see it as to challenge myself because at some point you reach a certain level, right? um especially if you've faced a lot of talent and you've got in the ring with them, multiple times. There's only so far in between that you can be pushed. So you know you need that Draco, you need that Mr. T, you need that opponent that's going to step in there, that's going to kind of throw you off like your set game. And so what you normally do to train for matches, you have to dig just a little bit deeper because this isn't going to be the same match as before all the other ones. Different caliber athlete, with the same, with if not the same kind of mindset of wrestling. Uh, big stars and those who have made quite a name for themselves. Um, so stepping into this, it's both like it's thrilling to say the least, but at the same time, it's thrilling in the fact that stepping in there, I know that in this match, Marshe Rockett is going to go to a whole nother level that I know I've never been to before. And I'm excited to see what that next level is, because a lot of people view stress and pressure under these type of circumstances as kind of like a negative. But I'm very keen on perspective. A lot of the things, that nervousness that people get before their matches. A lot of people say, oh man, I hate being nervous before my match. I actually enjoy it because one, it's preparing my body for the whatever the hell is about to go to, and two, it's that same nervousness that shows as there's something in the air, there's a gear change that's about to a transformation that's about to occur, and usually from that transformation you just grow into this uh whole new performer. uh and I feel that way when I'm wrestling in NWA. I don't think I've wrestled quite the same since joining an NWA that I did back, when I was like first starting and just coming up in the business. And so now I think I'm at an all-time high. Um, so now stepping in the ring with someone like Joe Hendry, I can only fathom just getting even higher and better than what I've been. So Rocket Pro and the wrestling fans as a whole are really in for a treat, and I can't wait to step in the ring with Joe Hendry.
Cactus, did you have a question?
No,
I
why?
thought I saw your screen light up, but that's okay.
No, it might have been because I cleared my throat.
That
Sorry.
might be it. That might be it. I mean, Rocket Pro usually does pretty big numbers on a monthly basis. The seats are pretty full. Sometimes, most of the time, they're standing room only. There's a lot of people that come out and enjoy these shows. Well, now Rocket Pro is going to get different fans that might not be very familiar with what's happening in Joliet. You're going to get fans of Joe Henry that are going to come to the meet and greet and stay for the show. You're gonna be performing in front of maybe people that have never seen you before, haven't seen you in a long time. That this is going to be an absolute zoo. Everybody has to get there early because parking is limited. So it's one of these things that the draw is going to be the biggest probably we've ever seen because of Rocket Pro is not known for having outside visiting dignitaries like this. It's just not something that they do. Our roster is good enough to kind of exist on its own. This is just kind of a special Christmas treat, shall we say. So if that's as packed as I think it is, and obviously the great production is gonna record what goes on here, and I imagine this is going to get played over and over again. People are going to want to see this match. Do you feel like this could bring your style of wrestling and your brand to different places, maybe that you didn't expect?
I mean, anything is possible. You know, uh, j- just to kind of like go back to what you were saying before about me and Luchasaurus. I felt like that matchup alone between he and I was going to actually catapult me to a whole nother stratosphere. Unfortunately, the pandemic,
That
so
just killed everything.
it wasn't able to capitalize on it then. But now, um, Joe Hendry and Marshe Rockett, NWA versus TNA, is what I've heard from a lot of fans who who I don't know why they think it's a brand war, but it's not. It's not really a brand war.
Everybody wants to be at war.
But I like that they are putting it as it. I'm just like, as long as you guys are saying it, but it's not a brand war. But it was like NWA versus TNA, like so. But that's kind of cool that they're excited about it. But no, I honestly think that this probably will maybe put me in another category amongst elite stars, certainly getting my identification out there, if you will. But
Ah, I see what you did there.
who knows? I don't know.
Hey,
I'm not a
hey, it
fortune
worked for
teller.
Kylie. It could work for Marshe too.
I'm not a fortune teller. My only thing right now, my main focus is going out there, facing Joe Hendry, and just seeing what the hell I got. Um, he's at the top of his game. I like to think that I'm at the top of mine, and yeah, man, I hope his chest is ready because he's gonna know what Marshe Rockett's about when I light his ass up. So
Uh, Everybody everywhere knows about your chops because I tell everybody everywhere about them. If you listen to commentary, any show that I'm on, and someone hits a really good chop, my tagline after a really lot, because it just happened at Frontline, where Warhorse and Sierra were fighting, and Warhorse lit Sierra up, and it was it was a loud chop. It was something that would make you happy. So every time something like that happens, I turn to my commentary parts and I go, somewhere on this earth, Marshe Rockett is smiling.
yeah, I mean,
Nobody's
I
chop is
appreciate a
like
good
her
chop.
chop.
I appreciate a good chop. Not many people can throw them, as we all know. It's a specialty. Um, and when you can, it's something incredible. But uh, and I don't know. And I've been to a lot of locker rooms where guys like Joe Hendry status, Red will agree. Chikara, just to give you a little brief history with that. Like, I mean, there in IWA Mid South, where stars, when we were just coming up, when the Soul Touchers are just coming up, I don't really. I'm a fresh pup in like the yard and everything like that, so I haven't really established a name for myself. But my chops had spread far, vast, and wide. Uh, Carlito, Pinky, like Mike Quackenbush, like all these guys are just like, "Oh, you're the guy with the chop," and I was like, just meeting these people for the first time. I'm like, "How did you hear about it?" "Oh, so and so told so and so told so and so." So I mean, word travels fast. Um, who's got the best chops here, and like who um is what's their specialty over here. So just being known. So I don't know if word has spread to Joe Hendry. If they have, yay. But we'll see.
I'm going to tell you this. I have to believe that he's at least somewhat familiar with him because I was talking to Nuke, and they made the offer to Joe Hendry, and it took a while for Joe Hendry to respond. And when he did, he called back and said, "Yes, I'd love to work there. I'd love to do this because I was watching your YouTube channel and I was really enjoying the wrestling you guys bring to the world." Uh,
Yeah.
so the fact that Joe Hendry's watching the Rocket Pro YouTube channel, that means everything. So I have to believe that Joe Hendry's probably pretty familiar with the final level.
I mean, yeah, we gained some steam there winning the tag team titles. Now, the fact that I'm still bummed and pissed that we're not Rocket Pro's longest reigning and defending tag team champs,
You got screwed
due to the idols. I think we were shy by what, 1 month?
1 month.
So, uh, but that's neither here nor there. I'm sure the stars will align again, and when everything measures up, we'll right that wrong when the time comes. But yeah, I mean, anything is possible. So
I love that. I love that. Now, we teased it earlier, and I'm going to do it now because I have loved this story ever since you guys first talked about it, and it's Thanksgiving, so it makes sense. So this is the part of the show where you and C Red tell us about Thanksgiving matches in your career. Because I will
thank
never
you.
get tired of this story ever. And for those that are tuning in tonight that have never heard, uh, Red and Marshe talk about the food fight. Well, this is just fun. So I'm going to let you guys, in the spirit of the holiday season, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, tell us what happens when you try to have Thanksgiving dinner in professional wrestling.
So, Red, were you Revolution at that point? Yes, you were.
No. Yeah. I had turned the month before. I turned on you.
Yeah, because it was the cage in
Yeah.
October. Yes. Okay. So, my wise men had just turned in October. So,
That's so good.
let me start that over again. So for everybody who doesn't know, uh, where this takes place is of course Dreamwave Wrestling. There I was a part of the team faction, the A list, and we were going against the Revolution. A list consisting of Hades, myself, Nick Brubaker, Foxy. See, Red was in there with me, being my manager, and so we are Team A List, and we are going on to try to bring down the Revolution. Austin Roberts, who else was in there? I think Shane Hollister was in there.
No, it
Um,
was
who else was in there?
Vic Capri,
Vic Capri, yes, Vic Capri, Austin Roberts,
Jay,
um, Jay.
Mustafa Ali.
Mustafa,
You know,
Mustafa Ali.
right? We got to give him his real name. We just call him Ali.
Yeah.
And it
But I think that was
was
it.
yeah.
I think that was it. Didn't we have a fourth member of A list?
No, I think that was it.
Okay, so it was just Foxy. Okay, so
Hey,
so anyway,
fellas,
who?
real quick, I'm I'm asking a question while I'm going through this. Would you happen to know what show that was off the top of your head?
No Escape.
Okay, I'm
Dreamwaves,
gonna
No
try and
Escape.
find it. I'm gonna try and
Um,
find it.
no, so this was Dreamwaves version of War Games. So every member is like in a steel cage, you know how it goes. Like two men start off, and then depending on where or the stipulation, another member from either team comes in. I think there was about no more than like a minute in between, but eventually all of us get inside the steel cage, and it's absolute hell. It's pandemonium. It's crazy. Um, at the time, A list looks like they're about to get the victory, and then Mr. C Red decides to pull a WWF ECW invasion type BS and switch teams. You know, um, and
No,
to screw
no,
me over, to screw me over, to screw me
no.
over. You didn't screw me over?
Let's call a spade a spade.
Huh? You didn't
So
screw me
let's
over?
back up.
No, we don't need
Months,
to back up.
yes,
You
let's
betrayed
back
me.
up months before that. So all of a sudden, the revolution is taking over Dreamwave, right? And me and Marshe, we doing our thing. Like
Yeah.
we good. And all of a sudden, here come Foxy. Hey Shay, baby, we gonna put the A-list back together, baby, and we need you. And Shay just walks off. Like, fuck you, Red. I'll be back. And I'm like, what about me? What where am I? What do I do? I
You
even
could have came
remember
back.
no, because I remember one show where I was like, hey, so I'm coming out with Shay, right? And they was like, no, because he's with A-list now. So he's gonna be with Foxy for a minute. What?
It's funny how things are cyclical, isn't it?
Like,
Isn't it
ain't
though?
this not a bitch? Like, We've been doing this shit.
There's some subliminal shit happening here, isn't there?
So,
but you see that one little tiff, he got all but hurt at the end of the day. He thought he felt abandoned, and so he wanted to join the revolution. Okay.
That's hilarious.
And then
we won.
And wind up betraying. Okay. So fast forward, it's Thanksgiving time. And Revolution wants to go ahead and celebrate. Not only, I mean, they want to give thanks. They want to show that they're thankful. So Jay Repsol decides to host a Thanksgiving feast, which I gotta say, by the way, I thought wasn't gonna be as lavish. I mean, you could say Thanksgiving. I knew there was gonna be some things on the table, but not like the spread that J Rep actually produced. I mean, that was a 20-pound turkey. They had sweet potatoes. I mean, pumpkin pie, yam, mashed potatoes. You could
Peas.
that whole Columbus building like reeked of just delicious food. Like, oh my God. At one point, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, can we put a pause in this so we can all just eat?
It's free food. It's a free lunch.
I'm not a turkey. Now, hold on. Full disclosure. I'm not typically a turkey person, but I could smell the absolute juices coming off this thing. But as even the audience, you can hear stomach just gargling because this thing it's a spread. It almost looks like the Last Supper. It is incredible. Revolution gets in there, and we, of course, the A-list come up with the game plan. It's like, all right, we're gonna get these fools. We're gonna set this off right. So, um, so we all told each other like, hey, make sure you get them jeans so we ain't trying to mess up anything. Like, we got to keep our stuff fresh. Cause I ain't trying to go home with mashed potatoes up in my socks and just smelling that shit for, I mean, if you, side note, if you've ever worked with hot chocolate acid jazz and that Swiss Miss, that shit is hard to come out of your clothes. So food
You right.
Exactly. Thank you, Rian. So food and tights, it do not mix. It's like Ghostbusters. Don't cross the streams. Okay, that's
Shout out to Chris Logan.
So don't cross the streams. So here we are. Revolution's in the ring, and they're all just ready to sit down and dine, and they're taking all their shots at the A-list.
We're giving thanks.
Yeah, giving thanks. So then, the moment arrives. We pick our moment. We hit the ring, and again, we knew there was going to be a fight, but never did we think it was going to be this type of fight. I think when we each took a target and hit them, all of Revolution hit the table simultaneously, and all you saw was just the food just slide everywhere. I mean, the peas had gone flying, yams were going through the air, mashed potatoes. I think, I don't know, and I still to this day I don't know how, but I had mashed potatoes in my pocket. I still don't know how the hell it got in there. But food is just going everywhere, and the crowd is going ape shit. They are just loving it. It gets to the point where we're all just like, swimming in just, at this point, there's no longer a ring. The mat is covered with just turkey-based food, gravy, just the whole thing is just, it's everywhere. And now there's no guardrails. Okay, there's no guardrails, so this food is just flying and it's hitting fans that if you got front row, you got some food on you.
It's like being at a Gallagher concert.
Oh my God! So Revolution eventually bails, right? They bail. They don't want none. This ain't they fight. And my real favorite part about all of it, as this, as the A-list takes the high ground and we're talking down, we're talking our trash, we're like, yeah, get your asses back in here. I hear Nick Brubaker and Austin Roberts really going back and forth. And I'm just like, yeah, tell him, Nick. I hear Nick say that he's like, you're a bunch of cowards, you're a bunch of chickens. He's like, yeah, yeah, what are you gonna do about it? And without even thinking, he picks up this 20-pound turkey. And I start to look and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. Austin Roberts is a good, like, 50 feet, 50, 75 feet away. And there's fans, right? Sitting there. There's no protection. Security is trying to do the best they can, but there's no protection. So Brubaker is about to launch this 20-pound bird that could at any moment take a nosedive into a fan. And I think for a split second, me and Red had the same thought because we locked eyes and we looked and we started saying the same thing, saying, no way is this man about to launch this turkey. And before I said, hey, Nick, all you see is giblets and everywhere. It goes flying. And for a split second, everybody is like hush and just watching this bird sail over fans. And to his credit, to this day, he nailed Roberts in the shoulder. And Roberts takes this massive bump to the concrete floor. It's just and this and Nick's still talking his shit. And I just whisper in Brubaker's ear. I'm just like, did you just launch a 20-pound bird at Austin Roberts? Oh my God. That for as long as I live, that is my favorite Thanksgiving wrestling moment. Just to see this bird and everybody's just like, oh my God, we thought that was gonna land. I was like, it very well could have.
It's the most
This
famous
dude,
turkey drop since WKRP.
So Brubaker has one hell of an arm. I'll give that man that credit. Like, damn, you should have been playing ball, baby. Because what's a football weigh?
Man, I
Not
love
20
that.
pounds. That's for damn sure.
Not 20 pounds. No, that's
Not 20 pounds. So I mean,
considerably less. How do you clean up after a stuff? Hopefully that was like the
So
last match because who's
no,
gonna wrestle on
that
that?
was
no,
that
that
was the
started.
opening
That was
segment.
that
That's how we
started the
started
show.
the show. So, breaking the fourth wall. There was a very thin but durable plastic mat laid out on the ring, but because the ring apron was blue and the mat that they found, which was thick and durable, was blue, nobody knew. So when it was all said and done, they just folded it from four corners and took it. And then the garbage can is right. If you've ever been to Dreamway building, there's a little side door with the fire escape stairs,
Yes.
and the garbage can is right there. So they just stood on top of the stairs and just dropped that whole mat right into the garbage can.
But also because of all the fighting and ruckus in the ring, there was a couple like tiny holes that had pierced the mat or like had pierced through the bag. So food was getting in that way. And so they were trying, I remember them trying to sweep up peas. I remember the mashed potatoes. Yeah, that whole canvas
That was
reeked
on the
of.
floor. and our
Like it
match
was
was the main event. So just think that all of that's on the floor to the main event. And when we come out, we're thinking, okay, well, all of that's cleaned up. You know, they've got this great crew. They've cleaned it up. Shit. We
the
were still
ropes.
slipping and sliding.
The ropes was like, yeah, that whole ring became a beacon of turkey base, and it was just one big ass turkey, like Thanksgiving platter. Like if you hit the ropes, if you hit the ropes, there was no way you weren't getting something Thanksgiving on you. And I was like, damn, like I am so greasy right now. Like
Oh,
you couldn't tell if it was baby oil or if it was just actual food that was on you, but it was like
baby oil. Was Boz on that card?
I didn't know, but some guys still, this is pre
Hey,
Diddy.
y'all
So
can't say that because the Diddy. Y'all can't say baby oil no more.
I was just getting
That's
ready to
on
give
me.
that disclosure.
That's
This is
on me.
pre Diddy.
Pre Diddy.
This is pre Diddy.
Pre Diddy baby oil.
Yeah, this is
It
pre
was
Diddy.
still legal. It was still legal back then.
Yeah.
I love that story. I think I've heard you guys share that story several times. It never gets old. I love the way you guys tell it, and it makes me feel like I was there. Which
And
Oh man.
if you want to see how hurt I was to this day,
there you go.
that promo, I cut a promo, and to me, it is my best work ever, ever. And it is on YouTube now, and I will send it out later on tonight. And you decide, you know. But since then, me and Marshe have mended our fences. We've come back together. But uh, you know, that's what family do. They throw food at each other at Thanksgiving, and then all is
He didn't,
forgiven.
he didn't he didn't want to get a 20-pound turkey bird thrown at his ass. So he decided to become a wise man again and say, you know what, let me shape the fuck up. So that's what that was. He's
It's
like, y'all throwing birds. Like
good life insurance to make the right decision. Indeed.
exactly. He's
Speaking,
No, I didn't make the wise decision until you put my ass through a table.
so you made a wise decision.
Yeah, but it's funny. Think about it. Wise men have to go through tables in order to now.
to use that wisdom. Sometimes a good knock in the head will set your ass straight. So that's
we
So
know
see,
many
I'm in
people.
line with Paul Heyman. See,
We
I
know
did
many
it first.
people that need to be knocked in the head. Indeed. NWA Chicago has been doing very well at Studio One in Highland Park. And I've seen a lot of Marshe Rockett matches over my career. I've probably
Mhm.
seen you fight more than anybody else in this business and called more of your matches than anybody else, than any other wrestler that I've watched over these years. But there is just something about that match you had at the last NWA Chicago show. And it was the moment in time where they were waiting to tag you in, and a lot of stuff happened in Jazz. And finally, you got the tag. And I don't think I have ever seen you move that fast and fly that high. It's like you unleashed a level that, I mean, I know you have many levels. That's obvious, but there was just something different about that Marshe Rockett. And at some point, you're going to get your hands on those country boys at NWA Chicago. And I get the feeling that is going to be a match of the ages.
Yeah, that was well. I mean, first and foremost, like we were attacked. Before the match, um, Big Moo decided to they decided to wasn't even Big Moo. It was what did they go by that said Matt Moondog
Moondong and
and
Miller, I forget what they call themselves.
but the Black Revolver. Black
That's
Revolver.
right,
That's what
Black Revolver. That's it.
yeah, that's what me and Jazz was cracking up about. so, so the Black Revolver, they attack us from behind. All right. And then they tried to take me out, but then more importantly, they tried to take out my boy Jazz. And it was just getting to the point where it was just like, enough is enough. Like, again, this isn't new. Like, everybody wants to like think that the soul touches can be easily thwarted and can easily be beaten, you know. And I think that when we step in the ring, everybody thinks, I don't know where this whole like they think that the soul touches are old, like we're a nostalgia act. I get this like little hint and feeling that people think that, oh, because when soul touches are we're referred to like they were great in Shikara or they were great during IWA Mid South, and like somewhere down the line, either we lost that luster because maybe we were doing other ventures or something, or just like maybe we lost this step. I don't know where this is coming from, but it sure as hell ain't true. And so this is one of those times Black Revolver thinks so. Um, and then we just had to let they ass know. And I know a lot of people seem to think that, and Red, you being one of them, you've seen me throughout my career. I was never this size. A lot of people, um, when I tell them how small I actually was when I started in this business, um, they're just like, no flipping way. Um, but now that I have put on some size, for some reason, people thought that I lost my speed, I lost my agility, I lost my athleticism that brought me to the dance in the first place.
Everybody in
Not
Highland Park knows how fast you are now.
Not like, yeah, like, but everybody was just like, "Oh man, you move fast for a big guy, baby." I never stopped. I never stopped, and like once the rocket takes off, there's no bringing it down until the pilot decides to
And the
come
plane.
down.
Right.
Yeah. So Black Revolver found out quick, and they would have found out even more had, as you just pointed out, Steve, NWA's Country Gentlemen not stuck their nose where it doesn't belong. Now, I don't know what's in those boys' mind, um, but I take that back. I do know because they wanted to step on in Chicago and take on one of the best tag teams around. Uh, Point taken to the soul, for us being the soul touches. Um, so
Man,
kudos
somebody
to
give
them.
that boy in the picture a sandwich.
It's, just I know it's
You see that boy? I mean, Band-Aid just put out their 40th anniversary.
Did Rayon put it up?
Are they still trying to feed you?
You got to do a lot of catering. Let me
Yeah.
tell you.
And he was big in that picture.
Look at that picture.
That was, yeah.
Man, it makes me want to donate to feed the world.
Hey, those chops were still lethal. So
I know there's no
those
question
are
about it.
those
Having
were
been on the
those are my
receiving end of those
go-to.
chops, you will never hear me admonish them in any way.
But yeah, so country gentlemen now they want to start they want to throw down. So okay, so Black Revolver is done for the moment. So, and country gentlemen have had their words. Um, so I'm just waiting until the right time where the stars align and then we can finish all this. Cause, anybody can talk trash, when we obviously not looking. But when it comes face to face, like now let's see what you got.
And I'm sure that will be a match that will happen at the next installment of NWA Chicago when it is revealed, because that was quite the cliffhanger. You guys were all there. We were waiting
Oh
to see.
yeah.
So I imagine that's gonna come to pass at some point. And I've seen that GLCW is now invited the Soul Touches in, and that's
Yeah.
that's got to be something, right?
Yes. For the GCW World Tag Team titles, no less. Uh, so that's huge. Debut match, Talia Hall, going after the tag team straps. I mean,
Talia Hall is an amazing venue.
yes, yes. We've been there many times through Gale Lucha Libre. and they've drawn some great crowds there. I mean, it's always an awesome time. This time being with Game Changer, I can only imagine the numbers that are going to fill that place. Um, so I think uh, I know how I feel, and I believe me and Jazz are like on the same page. But I think this is going to be one for the books that we're gonna go and truly show out, uh, and see what you know show the GCW fans what the Soul Touchers bring to the table.
Hey, until you've seen the Soul Touches live, you haven't seen some of the best Chicago has ever put together and put out there. Speaking of Jazz, how's Jazz doing? It's pretty common knowledge at this point that there was a situation at Southland over the weekend, and everybody was really concerned about Jazz. What do you know? How is Jazz doing?
He's recovering well. I mean, you know, wrestling in the ring is one thing, but wrestling with issues and life as a whole on the outside is just like a whole other ball game. So I think when life on the outside starts to blur and starts to emerge within the realm of professional wrestling, it's a dangerous type mix. Um, and I think a lot of the times, like it just puts a strain on on us all, like mentally, physically, spiritually. So I think he was just at that point. Um, there was like kind of like I mean a brief scare. Luckily, um, the proper authorities were called. Um, you know, the locker room responded very well, in my opinion.
Oh, 100.
Like keeping everybody calm. Um, you know, and just like not to panic. That's one of the main things they tell you in any emergency. The one thing you're not supposed to do is panic. And so with nobody panicking, everybody remaining calm, just answering questions, giving answers to what they knew, what they saw, I mean, was a tremendous help for the paramedics being there. And just taking him to get checked out. He did go home the same night. uh and so like I've been in contact with him, just checking in on my boy and making sure that he was okay. And he has responded very well. We've shared a few laughs. We've even talked about strategies for GCW. Just trying to come up with a game plan on what this Sunday is going to look like for us. So I think moving forward, like everything for at least for now is on the up and up. We're training, we're staying hydrated, we're making sure that we're we're taking necessary precautions to make sure that what happened at Southland doesn't happen this Sunday. Um, so I think we're going to be ready uh, when the time comes to try to take those GCW World Tag Team Championships.
Well, everybody on this show is going to be pulling for you guys, and it's good to hear that Jazz is up and about and is going to be back to work this Sunday at Talia Hall for GCW's big event. It's going to be great, and I'm hoping you
Yeah,
guys are the new champions. That would be great. Another
I
another
know that would be. Oh,
notch on your
would
belt, right?
wouldn't that be a start to of already a busy week? Go into GCW, become GCW World Tag Team Champions, and then go on to Saturday to go and wrestle Joe Hendry. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but that's one hell of a start to the Christmas season.
Yeah, man, you are ending 2024 as strong as ever, and God, I mean, 2024 has been pretty magical. You're gonna have to do some crazy shit in 25 to make it better, right?
I mean, well, winning some new tag team gold and possibly wrestling in some new areas, and traveling, hopefully traveling back to uh, Trinidad and some other international places and stuff like that. I hope that I mean that's on the docket. Like there's some things that are like popping up as we speak. I'm just trying to stay healthy, stay ready, and just go out there and do my thing.
As the newly reinstated general manager of Chicago Style Wrestling, my first order of business was to fire TJ Steele immediately. My second order of business is to finally get some gold around the waist of Marshe Rockett, because I think it's
Thank you.
entirely too long that you have been doing scramble matches, you've been doing tag team matches, triple threat matches, fatal four-way matches. All of these matches are great, but not utilizing one of the best performers in the area, let alone the United States, is just a damn shame on TJ Steele. We are going to fix that going forward at Chicago Style Wrestling. I promise you that.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do.
So before you got here, we asked Cactus and Rion and C-Red what they did, what they're doing at Thanksgiving. So you've got a lovely family. Everybody's seen them on social media. Mrs. and all the little Rockets. What's going on in Casa de Rocket for Thanksgiving? Do you guys stay home? Do you travel to in-laws? Do you go to races? What do you do?
Well, we host.
Oh God.
Yeah, we host for Thanksgiving.
Oh
So
boy.
my family comes over here. My sister, she is actually doing a journalist internship, so she won't be here this year. She'll be around for Christmas, but she's out in Baltimore, um, doing great things and like just living and loving life there. I'm sure the boys have been asking, so I'm sure they'll want to Zoom with her to check in and be a part. But we have quite a few family members come here. Also, Acid Jazz will be joining us this coming season. So my two goddaughters will be over here, which will be nice. Um, it's just a nice, good time to like celebrate and remember um, all the blessings, that we were bestowed upon, and the grace that we were shown and given throughout 2024, because we know that for a lot of people, 2024 wasn't so kind. So I think this one will particularly just be another one where we're just like, we're just super thankful. We have some great food. Everybody's bringing, you know, uh, their specialty. My mom makes some mean ass potato salad and like the mac and cheese. I'll put her mac and cheese against anybody. I
Whoa,
don't
whoa,
give a
whoa,
damn
whoa,
who
whoa,
you're
whoa,
on.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Wait,
Like,
wait, 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 wait.
so
T-Red an hour ago said nobody can touch Mama Red's mac and cheese, and you just said that Mama Rocket's mac and cheese. I
yeah,
think this is a thing that needs to happen.
yeah, to infinity and to beyond, baby. Like that's.
See,
I mean,
Steve starting the shit because what he's not saying is Mama Red don't make it like she used to. When you when you almost when you
Oh,
almost
he's tapping out already.
when you almost 90, yeah, you gonna
That's
forget
fair.
some shit. So trust me, it's to the point where it's like, no, don't fix it no more. Let me just remember it as it was. uh, I had a funeral for it, so you know,
That's all right,
but
Red. You still got craft.
you
you
had a
know,
funeral for it? Oh, that's the
I had
worst.
to. I had
That's
to.
the worst.
What's Marshe Rocket's special? What is the specialty that you guys bring to the equation? What's your special?
We bring some mean ass ham.
Oh, okay.
That's the we've had honey. There was a honeysuckle spiral ham. Now I don't know if you've ever had spiral ham,
Oh yeah.
or if because usually people say, well, I'm more of a turkey type individual.
Oh,
But if you
I'm well versed on the ham, my friend.
okay, so ham, a spiral ham with oh my god, my mouth is watering already. Uh,
It really is. You're gonna get your beard all wet.
I was just like, dude, with the honeysuckle, bro. Hot damn. Like I tried to actually hide portions, which I'm kind of mad at because I don't know when this rule started where people brought like, they thought that they were helping us out, I guess, by bringing, their containers, but I'm starting to see when I, start to clean up stuff and I start to try to put stuff away for me specifically, there's not enough portions that I analyzed and, you know, um, tapered off so that I would have enough after Thanksgiving. Like there are some people leaving with bigger portions than what they should have in the containers that they supposedly brought to help out. No, that's bullshit. So I'm going to be watching very closely on this this honeysuckle ham that I have. And I'm going to allow other people to take the other food because, I'll have my portion of potato salad, my mashed potatoes from scratch, all that stuff. But I will personally be monitoring the ham and divvying out the portions that I see fit. Okay. Hate to be selfish,
Someone's
but
gonna get chopped at that table. Someone's gonna get chopped for
bro,
eating too much ham.
bro, it'll be a fight. I will fight somebody for this. This is not, you saw what I did for some Texas Roadhouse rolls, okay?
I did. We saw that. We all saw what
So you want to throw
I was too busy
honeysuckle,
eating them.
like, spiral ham in there? So, which I don't know. Can y'all tell me how is it? Not that I'm ungrateful, but it's just funny to me that I'm always wrestling for food.
the first the victim cookies and then the rolls. I can't wait to see what's next. There'll be something.
It's gotta be some.
And there was Marshe Rockett food in Dave's Galley at some point.
Yeah.
Like
Those
Marshe
the
Rockett
M80 bites.
tater tots or something, right?
M80 bites.
And
Those
that,
were really good
that's
though.
right, the M80 bites.
Those are really good, and I
So you
I
hope
w-
they bring those
got a
back.
3-course meal at Rocket Pro. You could start off with the M80 bites, and then you get your rolls, and then you get your cookies for dessert.
I think,
Hey,
and
Rocket.
then Sea Red had a drink.
Hey, Rocket. I'm just
Yes,
gonna say this right
yes.
now. I'm just gonna say this now. At least
Doesn't
you
it
got
look good, bro? That is, oh man. But the juices that comes from that, like, oh my God, dude! Like, as soon as you bite into it, it's just like you're done. You're just done. It's over. You know that's right there. That's the creme de la creme. So, that's our specialty. So,
That's
um,
awesome. That's awesome.
Well,
And
I'm cooking a Popeyes Cajun turkey.
I
So
saw that
oh,
advertised. I wonder how that's going to be. I saw that
that
advertised on
shit,
television.
I've had it ever since the first year it came out. That shit's fire.
Wow.
now you put that like in a just the oven roaster or
Just put it in the oven.
oh okay. I've seen other people sit up there and do what's the other technique that people do? They put it like in a I can't think of the name of it.
The deep
It's
fryer
like a
where they start fires
I think
everywhere.
so. Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
do that shit. My brother-in-law is a firefighter, and some of the stories he tells me about some of the fools in Chicago that try to deep fry a turkey in the wrong ways and burn the house down. Come on,
Oh,
people. Cook your turkey in the oven. You don't got to drop it in the deep fryer.
oh yeah. See, some of them said like the deep fries go. I will never do it. So I'm not really a turkey guy anyway. So I don't have that issue. But
Everybody
I
always
didn't know
puts too
I
much
didn't know if
oil.
Red did that. Because
Everybody always
Now,
puts too much oil in the
if
deep fryer, and when they
you
dump the
like
turkey, it explodes.
if you
oh
like
shit.
Popeyes chicken,
Yeah.
turkey is just as good because
Okay.
it is so seasoned perfect. You ain't gotta do shit, but put it in the oven.
Is this what
It-
store is it sold in?
so you can order at any Popeye store, but the problem
Oh,
is usually by this time they're
it's
all
got
gone.
Hell
So
gone.
I did the smart thing and I ordered mine and I had it
oh.
delivered.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll try that next time, and maybe if it's as good as you say, then that will be
Not a
what
dry
would go.
piece of turkey. There is
Oh,
no meat on it that is dry. None.
oh, okay. We'll see. Well, there's next year. There's next year. So,
Or Christmas. You
no,
can do it at Christmas time.
well, I don't know, because that's where my mom's she does Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So, I know she does some ham. There's some fried chicken. There's like it's yeah. She does a whole nother spread. That's a whole nother like entrees. Like she levels up. I do
That's a
feel like the mac and cheese at Christmas time is double than what it is. Because there'll be times where I get like a small portion, and I was just like, "How come this is different?" And she smartened me up to it. She was just like, "Because it's doubled at Christmas time." I was like, "You can't double it for Thanksgiving." She's like, "I'm not hosting." I was like, "Fair point." I was like, "Okay, fair. That's a fair point."
Touche.
I'm not even mad at it. I was respectively, just I was like, well, when you said you was bringing a dish, I thought you was gonna bring enough in case other people wanted more. She's like, I did. Did you have seconds? I said, I did. She said, well, then it was enough. So, and, moms can be wise men too. So it's,
teaching you lessons even at this stage in your life.
I
And that's
know. I was like, but again, but it's one of those things that she was dropping the knowledge as fast as I was seeking. I was like, huh? Oh yeah, that's right. You are hosting. So if she was hosting Thanksgiving, I would have, the recipe would be doubled. But because she's not trying to step on any toes, and
she's
this is
trying
her.
trying to live there under the radar, but when it comes to her house, you're gonna know about that mac and cheese.
Yeah. So I respect. It's all sensational at the end of the day. So
And we have learned tonight that Marshe Rockett will wrestle for food.
I'm
yes,
so unbelievably hungry after listening to this. Like, I'm shocked. Like, if you can't hear my stomach rumbling on the playback, I will be shocked.
I
we'll
thought
have
that
Nick
was the
Nick
nickel
and throw a
pickles.
turkey.
What's up?
I thought it was the nickel pickles that were making you not feel so good.
No. Who said anything about knickel pickles?
I just like saying it. It's fun to say.
Okay, fair enough.
Fun to say.
Honeysuckle spiral ham. You
There
can't
you
go
go.
wrong. You
Can't
can't
go
go
wrong.
wrong. You can't go wrong. It don't
Oh.
even got to be Thanksgiving to get it. Just get it. Just go out there and just get it.
I
Just get
think
it.
I did get it. I have to go double check what's in the fridge.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope
Just
I did.
just get it. Just get it for a regular, Tuesday, Wednesday night, and just be like,
Okay.
you know what? I'm having ham. If you
Right.
had a day,
Although the last time we made a ham, Andrew cut it all up what was left and put it in the freezer, and I found it all like 2 months ago, and we made it like 7 or 8 months ago. So that was a waste of ham. A
oh
waste.
my God,
That's
no.
not good. That's not good. That's why your car smells, because you guys forget food. You forget where you.
No. I said it was in the freezer. I didn't say it was in the car.
Oh, okay. I forget sometimes.
No, don't make me tell the car smelling story to correct you when we're all about to go and eat and no one wants to lose their appetite
That's fair.
before
We'll,
they
Yeah,
eat.
we'll catch the
Okay.
car smell story the next time around.
Yeah. So I
Well,
can
we're just
correct
gonna
you.
call. We're gonna call this episode "Marshe Likes Spiral Ham." So that'll
yeah,
be this episode. Marshe, thanks a lot. As always, we're glad to have you on. Thanks for joining us for this good old fashioned Power Hour family Thanksgiving episode. You can see Marshe Rockett with Acid Jazz this Sunday at Talia Hall for GCW. It's going to be great. And then if you don't get there this Sunday, make sure you get to Rocket Pro in St. Joe's Park in Joliet on December 7th, because our man, Mr. NWA, Mr. M80 himself, All Day Marshe Rockett, takes on Joe Hendry right in Joliet in that squared circle at Rocket Pro. And that is going to be one that people will be talking about for a long damn time.
yes.
Thanks, Marshe. We appreciate you coming on. It's always great. You're a big star, and you take time out to hang out with us for a while. It just makes us feel good that you take time. We appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you guys.
And that's it for this show. So from all of us here at the Power Hour and from Mr. Enmady himself, Marshe Rockett, we wish all of you and your families a very joyous, blessed, and happy Thanksgiving. And we will catch you next time on the Power Hour. Thanks for watching, and happy Turkey Day.